heard the amazing energy that was like vibrating from the front of this, but we are so blessed to have not just Disney friends, but overall, I think what we got from that was that nostalgia is not a trend. It is a vibe. It is something that lives within all of us. And what I love so much about PodCo, it's something that lives within all of us. And I do think that as we all grow and get older, you'll be nostalgic for things, or younger people will be nostalgic for things that are now important to them. And so nostalgia serves a bigger purpose. PodCo is about that, but we're also leaning into all sorts of different things, not just the rewatch space. We want to set up here in Austin. We're very passionate about being from here. If Brendan were on stage and Cal Robertson there, who's our president, who's come in. We just feel when we had our business panel yesterday, we were able to talk about what our goals are, and we want to be here. We want to make content here. We want to employ people here. You know, if the tax credit comes here, we want to film and we want to do all that stuff. So we do want to support. That's a side note. I'm going to invite our next raucous crew onto the stage. You know, Disney and Nickelodeon don't generally mix. They're kind of like the Sharks and the Jets. Some of the executives kind of, I don't know, like straight up just told us that we were better, and that was wrong. That was wrong, and I realize why that was wrong for many reasons, but mostly because they just had so much damn fun. Like, and they still to this day, when they make their TikToks together, I'm jealous of that connection that these people have. So I want to welcome to the stage the cast of the Ned's Declassified pod for PodCo. Please welcome Devon Werkheiser, Lindsey Shaw. So professional.
That's a perfect segue into our pod. Daniel's in the bathroom.
Okay.
Daniel.
We're gonna give him a minute.
Daniel?
We're gonna vamp.
Oh, God.
I thought you were gonna.
Jeez, man,
I thought you were gonna
all
play the
day to
trailer
drop
again.
deuce.
I said, "Go, you got time."
All day to drop deuce.
Sabotaged.
Oh my God. I was just talking about how the three of you are just so awesome, and then you come out in the two.
Yeah,
Oh,
minus
God.
Daniel.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No, there's a third of us.
Are we
kind of an
live
energy
now?
on his
We're
own.
still live? We're not live.
We're not
Oh,
live
this
yet.
is embarrassing. Daniel,
Everything is
get off.
content. Everything is content. Everything is
Unbelievable.
You guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Austin.
Hi guys. Great to be here.
It's Sunday. I don't know why y'all are here. Y'all should be in church. You should be watching football.
That's right.
But you're
It's
here.
the afternoon. You
sitting with
better
us
been to
up
church
on this
already.
Stage.
Come on.
Liquor stores aren't even open,
man,
but you're here getting
really
the good
sabotaged
stuff.
Daniel.
What?
I really sabotaged Daniel. I said, "You got time? They're gonna play the trailer."
I love
Oh,
it. And now he's
yeah.
going to take the
no,
guilt on.
I was vetoed against that.
feel bad.
Plus, it was
Sweet.
only a minute. The trailer's only a minute.
And you'd think that his...
I'm not worried.
Time.
I'm not worried about that. He's going to come on. It's going to be like a whole nother thing.
gonna be
So,
great.
guys, what do you think of Austin?
Here's the problem. I am a sweater by nature. Like, literally, somebody looks at me and you
Sweats in winter.
You understand this? Yeah. So on all the podcasts, on Christie's,
problems.
on my own,
It's like brunette problems.
on our
No,
like.
no, Lindsey, emotional sweats. Lindsey,
so-
Lindsey's like all of a sudden like, I don't know why I'm.
I don't know what's
sweating.
happening, but
We're
it's
just
like-
reliving this childhood memory. I don't know what's
What
happening.
is going on? And then the physical heat also just adds to that. So like,
Yeah, because our new studio, so we got a new studio. They've been with us since our old studio in downtown LA. We moved to West Hollywood, and it's up on a work loft. So like the shooting
Gets
set.
spicy up there with all the lights.
but it's nice.
We're
I love
kicking
the
the
new
kids
space.
out. We're at a startup. Yeah.
I love the new the space though, because you can go downstairs and then just cool off. But yeah, that is a problem for me. I literally had 2-year ice packs in me last night.
What'd
for
you
the
say? Ice.
Ice packs.
Well, why didn't you just go in the
On
pool? We all went in the
babe,
pool. We had a
babe.
really fun party, you guys. I wish you would all
no,
been
Lindsey
there.
was
Danny
literally
there.
I
at the
brought the
party
pool
with ice
the-
packs in her dress.
to the red carpet. Yeah, I had ice packs where I needed to. I don't even know if it's a condition that I have to look into.
But to be fair, Lindsay, it was really hot yesterday.
Humid.
It was so humid, and then it rained.
You guys have those weird hot rains,
And we
Or-
have weird bugs. And we have
humid-
lots of weird things.
Like wow,
it's cool though, you know.
no, I
you
mean,
do
it
not
is very
move
cool.
to Texas for the weather. That is
Wow.
a big mistake. It is a big mistake. You move for the people and the queso.
and you've been here. been here. Yeah?
I've been to Austin before. Yeah, I shot a movie called Beneath the Darkness in Smithville. It was a horror film. Dennis Quaid stomped on my neck.
What'd you do?
That was in private.
What'd you do with Dennis Quaid?
Yeah, so I shot in Austin, which was awesome.
Yeah, he's from here, right? The Quaids?
The Quaids are from Tejas. And yeah, we shot outside Austin, so I got to come see this town before, and I love it here.
And you actually, speaking of Western, you just finished a Western.
I did just finish a Western.
You want to talk about that experience, please?
I'm a
While
cowboy.
we riff, because Daniel's still in the bathroom.
I don't really want to talk about it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm in Rust, and that will come out at some point. And yeah.
Oh no, did we just lose the crowd? Do you know how hard that must be for you?
And the
Dude, I felt so bad. I was like, you got time, go pee. And then they were like,
you know what?
welcome.
I love it.
Fashionably
I love
late.
it. I love it. By the way, everyone's outfits are amazing. I'm so proud. And I actually picked out Devon's outfit.
Christy's
I
my
picked
You
mom.
look good. You look good. I was gonna say those pants are too amazing.
They
to
look
me.
good?
Yeah, they're good.
To be mine? Yeah.
Well, I just mean they're so tailored and fitted and
I
nice.
know. I never buy pants
Right?
like
Because
this,
I was like,
and I
looked
like
down
them.
at those during the interview. I was like, okay.
I know. I'm gonna
I haven't
sit
seen
like
those on
this.
podcast. Okay.
Also, Devon's first time ironing a shirt this morning, right?
No.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about adulthood, right? There's things that you just avoid. You're like, not gonna do that. And I tried ironing once, like 10 years ago, and I was like, I'm making more wrinkles. Fuck this forever. Forever. And then Daniel, I watched him twice. We're sharing a little hotel room, my guy and I, we cuddle. But I watched him last night get in, iron his shirt, and this morning,
The first
iron.
thing he does when he gets into his hotel, he
Yeah,
just
he's
starts
like,
undoing this iron. Like, no way, man, no way.
Yeah, he did it immediately.
It was like secondhand. I don't even know how to iron. This dude,
You're
I was
like
like, did you
the odd
travel
couple.
with that?
So I was so impressed. It gave me the courage to get over this fear. And actually, this shirt, it's linen. It's nice. Linen wrinkles a little bit. And I was like, oh shit, I think I gotta iron. And I was like, can I do it, Daniel? And he was like, you got it, bud. I believe in you, bud. And I did it.
Oh
and
my God.
He
I'm
showed
so
you the way,
proud
the
of
technique.
you.
I'm
Oh,
more
Devon.
grown now.
But let's talk about this, because actually your whole brand is this survival guide renaissance that's come up. You have your own podcast, which is awesome.
Thanks. Yeah,
Yes.
Growing Up with Devon. That's my podcast.
That's his personal podcast, and it's amazing, and it's much more like mental health focused, I would say. It's like almost like the male equivalent of vulnerable.
Yeah,
but
you're
different,
right.
But different. But there's space for everybody, honestly. But what's cool is that you guys are really reapproaching. It's a rewatch podcast, but we've obviously tried to make these all very different, diversified from episode to episode. But man, am I proud of you guys. Your content is so good. If you guys please go follow them on TikTok, you will be endlessly entertained at the chaos, but at the fun, at the fun.
Like this podcast.
You smelled your belly button the other day. I was like,
I smelled it
her.
so hard, baby.
I've done it.
Oh
Who
my
hasn't
God.
done that?
This podcast has given us the chance to rekindle this energy that I don't think we even knew what to do with when we were on set. Like we weren't aware of how valuable
Because
it was.
adults were watching. And they were like, no, get to one. Get to one. Repeat, you know?
We just didn't, it wasn't, and now it's like this very organic, we're doing it, I don't know, we're choosing it and we're choosing to be together and but it takes us back to that innocent time. So I really feel like I've almost gotten to know them now better than anything else, rather than being a memory, because we didn't stay in touch that much,
Right.
a little bit. But rather than this memory of you guys, it's like this real whole new experience. I'm a new person, and getting to know you guys as adults, and Daniel really forging a relationship with Daniel that I didn't have when I was younger has been.
We weren't
So
ready
you
for
guys,
that.
you guys weren't tight. It was kind of like them two.
Devon
Yeah,
was
we were
the glue
not
that held
tight.
us together.
Yeah, we were. But
We spent so
put
much
us in a
time
room.
together.
One of us would try to figure out how soon the other could leave.
When's Devon coming back? What do we do?
Yeah, you guys were you guys didn't have animosity. You guys just didn't know
You
how
heard
to
here
talk
first.
about.
Chaos.
nothing to talk about.
I forgot about that dynamic until the pod, because in my head I'm like, we were all friends. I forgot that they were friends, but they were
I was terrified when Devin left.
How do we interact? Yes.
It's like, please don't call Justin again.
No, don't go.
Well, I think but also this survival guide thing, I find it really interesting. We were talking about nostalgia before, which is
Yeah.
obviously the through line for this whole thing. But but what's cool about it is like you were just talking about it. It's like ironing your shirt and like the things that you've learned over time. And like all your fans are always like, no, we need an adult survival guide.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is that for you.
Yeah.
This podcast is the adult survival guide.
Yeah, that's what's so cool. Where like we pitched a reboot, and it still could happen. Like I don't want to say it can't, but like they shelved it. It didn't happen. It's
Nickelodeon.
No.
Nickelodeon.
But so we pitched that thing. But life's cool, man, because that got passed on. The podcast is in so many ways so much cooler because we can talk so much more candidly about things we all struggle with as adults. Things we're getting to know, like how has your last 10 years been growing up? Like these issues that are very near and dear to all our hearts, but there isn't a survival guide for it. No one prepares us to be an adult. No one prepares us to drop into the real world and feel completely incapable of managing your own life. And that terror and that isolation you can feel. But when you find out we're all feeling that together and get to watch that with us, and maybe people think, okay, because we were on TV, like they might have it all figured out. Like, no, guys, we're all struggling.
Yeah.
We're all struggling.
Yeah, and
Community.
We get to be vulnerable with the audience that has chosen to take this journey with us. Show them, hey, we're exactly the same as you. We don't have a guide, but we think that healthy conversation about the issues that we're all facing can be a guide in itself. Just saying, hey, we feel you, we're here with you, and it's an authentic connection. It's not something contrived that producers have tried to write some scripts and have us come and perform. It's like these are authentic connections, and I've really loved connecting with the people who are sharing the same experiences as me. It's awesome. It's an awesome journey.
And this is the basis of rehab, which is why this works so well.
Rehab. We're all in rehab. You guys are helping us through this.
Where we're sharing things and realizing we're not special or alone. So it's like,
I'm not unique and I have to take accountability and it's catharsis and all of these things.
And we're going to talk.
Yeah, and I'm in a soft, gentle embrace by these men. Yes,
so if
it's
you need
lovely.
rehab, just tune in.
It's great. You speak Spanish. I've noticed that you've been doing a lot of Spanish content.
Yeah, reaching out
What's
to.
that about?
So I got my bachelor's in linguistics. So I study a bunch of different languages, but the fan base in Latin America is amazing. So I've been doing some outreach there. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to touch the family.
We're so glad.
Daniel, give us some of that Spanish right now.
Pero ¿qué quieres oír? Yo puedo decir algo que está interesante. Pero dime algo.
Sí.
Yeah, we try. I do a little bit.
That's Poppy.
And then he sings in the Espanol.
Yeah, I've been doing some singing. Soy
wait,
un
this is my brother.
cantante en español también.
I know. I get it. You guys have such a good vibe. How do you guys address the rumors that y'all are in love? Because lately I've
These guys
actually
are
been
full on
watching the
tongue kissing.
content and I'm like, are they gonna get back
love
together?
it.
That's something that I'm not gonna even disclose the secret to that sauce yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay?
shit.
Not even gonna take the potency out of those there.
I guess you'll just have to
We'll just let them winds keep
I
blowing.
do have to tell you though, these reenactments Daniel started with and brought to us are super fun. And
you were excited.
I was very
You were sweating.
excited.
Couldn't stop sweating.
Well, that's because she was on in studio.
No, we shot that in the air conditioning part.
Guys, we're gonna need a fan in the studio.
It took me back to those times when I literally would read the script about kissing Devon and cool.
That's out of
I'll be ready.
excitement. Truly, I'm not kidding.
True, no.
Wait,
not
Lindsey
even-
was stoked.
I was like,
Lindsey was stoked.
I
You were
like that,
nervous.
like was so like had made my day. Like
Honestly?
love those scenes. Right?
Honestly?
I know you didn't give a shit, but
But you dumped him.
that's what I felt.
But you dumped him, didn't you?
No. No.
We should have just had everybody
Honestly,
from PodCo
through
up here.
this podcast was the first time I learned that Lindsey had a crush on me from the very beginning of Neds.
I did.
didn't know
I did.
that.
I met him and I was like, oh, captain of the ship.
She was like, this little boy is so cute and funny.
You guys
You
are so
have
cute.
me.
Oh my god, we stand forever.
Yeah, I mean, we had that beautiful, like, Ned and Moze, the arc of our characters was coming together third season of the show, and Lindsey and I organically We came together.
Hey.
Actually, that's a great question. So,
wait a
like,
second.
how do you
I
guys?
take it back.
But okay, so regardless of the personal stuff, because that's a lot of fun. But let's talk about the actual the rewatch element of this,
Okay.
right? So, and all your fans out here too, it's like they're very interested in the characters, and obviously, I feel like if the characters would be where they are now, it's like kind of fun to see you guys still so intrinsically like relatable, you know, in that survival guide brand. But like, can you speak to like your experience with rewatching this creatively? Like when we talked with Wizards, they were talking about the creative control aspects. Like, what are you finding in relating to your creative experience back then? Any new findings? Like,
I feel like there was a lot of openness and communication, and I think I really like got to be as silly as possible. I don't think there was one time that somebody came over and was like reining it in. I remember like the exact episode that I like let myself go. This might have been really far in, so maybe this wasn't the first time, but it was like the first moment that I was like way out of my comfort zone, not just talking to my friends, and I was like looking up at the camera, screaming one bite, and this like camera was above me, and I just remember doing it and the freedom I felt, like the freedom, and that was amplified for the whole time. I mean, he just like there was never. I don't know. I just think that we had a really good handle, and I think all the goofiness found its way through. That the script was such a great.
By the way, your creators we're advocates for you guys. So we know that there's other creators and other kids shows that are not great.
No,
I don't like those creators, but I will not be naming those creators, but I will come for them.
We had Scott
Your
Fellows.
creators were amazing,
Yeah.
and I feel like it definitely helped.
It fully. The fun that you guys are seeing on the show is the tip of the iceberg of the fun we were truly having making the show. Like, we were having more fun on set than you even can see in our hilarious and broad show.
It was everything.
The older I am, the more I'm seeing, wow. Like, we knew it then. We knew how magical and special it was. But the older I am, you just get more perspective on, like, wow, that really was that good.
Yeah, and it wasn't the norm, it sounds like. We hear all these stories from our contemporaries and things like that, and it's like, I feel blessed and grateful that we had such an awesome family and team to be a part of, work together with.
That's amazing, you guys, and that makes me very, very happy.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. I want to open up the floor to questions. I know there's a lot of fans out here. I know there is.
What's up,
Oh,
guys?
here he is. Okay, do you have a question? I saw you. Red
What's up,
shirt.
guys?
Yes. Do you have a question? He goes like this. I saw it on my
He's just nodding that he's a fan.
Well,
Do
come
you
up
have
with
a
a
question?
question and get over here.
Yeah,
we got two
come up with a
microphones on
question.
either side.
You have the
Come
time.
on, you were so
and he's
excited.
walking.
I saw it
What's
in
he
the
gonna
dark.
ask? We don't know.
Sorry, I'm totally.
look at him.
I'm
Look at
like,
him. If he had a
people are
Twix,
gonna
he'd be
leave
stuffing it in
'cause
his
they're like,
mouth.
she's-
Nope.
Honestly, I'm so like excited. I don't even know like what I want to ask now that I'm here. But I guess my one question would be, looking back at your show, do you remember all the thought processes you had, like creating your characters and creating that chemistry and the relationships?
It comes in like flashes.
What is this? Like
He's trying to be a microphone. He's trying. He's Drake.
What do you
He's
mean?
Drake. He was on a Nickelodeon show, wasn't he?
What do you mean?
What the fuck?
It comes in flashes, right? Like I'm sure your childhood memories do. The thing is, we made this when we were teenagers. It was 20 years ago that we started making it. So it comes as we rewatch. I just get these little flashes of like, oh, I remember this thought process in this scene. Like, oh, I remember being in the giant beach ball. Like, oh, that was such a fun day. Or this gag, like you said, you remember doing that one bite moment and having this kind of opening creatively. So it comes in these little flashes for me, is what I'm finding.
Same.
Yeah, same. And then, I mean, I guess any like real creative like work that we had to do, I mean, we would do our table read and the chemistry was kind of there. I feel blessed because it's like our chemistry was curated for us, you know? Had to audition against thousands of people, you know, and it's like, okay, these three will work together. Just throw them and they kind of will get it done. And we were all comfortable just being vulnerable on that set, going out, making a fool out of ourselves. Like, responding truthfully under these imaginary circumstances. You know, it's just an awesome experience.
That is also one of the things I forget. We literally so rarely see Cookie in an outfit. Like, you are literally always in a gag.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, how annoying.
Like, that's the thing with our show too. It's a live action cartoon. Like, our show is a cartoon. We are so big. It's all gags. It's all sound effects.
Which is also, I feel like, kind of a pull from the Even Stevens book, to be really honest with you, because that's why I've told you before, like, what a fan I am.
That was my
the
show.
Redhead girl
Shia
character.
was my hero.
Right. And
Yes.
so
Yeah.
for real.
I told
like,
him if you had Drew Barrymore,
I haven't
I'm
given
gonna
up.
get-
Right?
Just like,
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
you so much.
Jen. You see, this is how you kiss ass, Jen.
No, but I haven't given up the idea that her and I are going to play sisters on something. We just will.
Oh, yeah,
But I
definitely.
do really feel like that for me was like
It was an
the
era.
pinnacle.
Look, it was an era,
Yeah, the
and it
Even
was a-
Stevens thing, and then
I
ours
loved
kinda
your
followed
character though, because you did get the guy, whereas like I didn't get the guy. I never got the guy. My character is definitely divorced with like, you know. Red Stevens is definitely
Our
divorced.
show had a lot of cool like exploration of just like Moze, was the girl best friend, but she was also like a tomboy and also like did a lot. Like I feel like all of our characters, even though it was a live action cartoon, like were pretty multi-dimensional.
You were definitely multi-dimensional.
And our show like played on that.
Yes, I love that. Okay, next
Yeah.
question. Great question. See?
Thanks,
Buddy.
man.
We love that.
Way to be brave.
Hi, you guys are in the business nostalgia, and you kind of talked about reboots a little bit. Lindsey, like Pre-Little Liars is like on its 4th reboot at this point. What do you feel about reboots and how they work or sometimes don't work? What do you think of the nature of the reboots?
Careful.
The nature of the reboot depends on the quality of the boot. You know what I'm saying?
What leather is made of the boot?
Exactly. What is the And you know, like anything else, I think like the intention and the stuff you put in, you try to make the best out of, you know? And like nostalgia, I think, is a very potent ingredient, but you know, you hit the right chord or you don't. I think some reboots, you can see that it's really trying to but other things, I think like anything that can organically come back full circle after 20 years and be considered in the realm of a reboot, a lot of them are really nice. You know what I mean? Some of the, I haven't seen a lot of reboots. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen a ton of them. But what can I say from art?
I think continuations are cool. I think seeing you guys, it wouldn't be a reboot, it would be a continuation to see you guys older.
Oh yeah, when
and,
I say
like, I
pitched
think
a
that's interesting.
reboot, like our reboot would be a whole new show for adults. Like I say reboot, but it's not even. But I think, Jen, you said it right, which is like nostalgia is just the jumping off point for a reboot. Even with this podcast, that's what I said to Brendan is like, cool, yeah, love the idea. It's gonna be super great to like rewatch Neds and all that. Nostalgia will just be the invitation for all of you to join us. And then we have to have something that's now. We have to
Right. You can't rest on that. There's got to still be that energy that has like...
Yeah. And that plays itself out a little faster than I realized in our podcast, where we talk about the show for about 10 and a half minutes.
10 seconds.
And then 10 seconds. And then it's like, so what's up, guys? Tell me about your life.
Devon pulls out his beehole.
The fart jokes start quick.
And here's the problem. All right, so sorry. Lastly, I have a masculine energy about me. I don't know if you could tell.
Go on.
But so basically, when I get around them, the little boy in me just comes tearing out. Yeah. So I don't know why that just brought that up. Just feeling crazy. But yeah. Anyway,
What was the question?
I love those answers. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Sort of.
All right. We'll
All
go
right.
over here. Next question.
Hi. So I was rewatching Ned's, and a lot of the advice I kind of thought was good. Like they were telling you to be yourself, go to tutoring, like do all of the things, right? So I was just wondering, when you guys were younger reading the scripts, how did you guys feel about the advice?
Ooh, did you take the advice? That kind of thing?
Yeah, that's a no from Lindsay.
I didn't know how valuable it was yet.
I loved it. the show was being written. I mean, I love it because fans are like, you gave me those tips. I'm like, I read those lines. These tips were written by adults. But I loved the show then, knowing it truly had a full intention of heart. Scott Fellows and our writers would talk amongst themselves about what was weird during our childhood and what would I like to have been told.
Yes,
that was the heart.
The heart of it
time.
wasn't from a gag point of view.
Nope.
It was really that those tips would be like the core of the show, right? And then the silly gags that happen to make those little things come true, right? Or to like get back to the cliche at the end of it.
I have a good question to follow off that question.
Yes.
Okay.
What was each of you? Daniel, you've been quiet for a minute, so you start.
Okay.
Daniel,
This happens on the pod too. Lindsay and I are like,
I love listening. I love listening.
I do this with the Lawrence brothers. You're about to see. It's a chaos. I love it though. I love it so much. I'm a mom, so it's great. I love it though. So Daniel, everybody,
No, Daniel.
what is your favorite tip?
from the show or from my life?
No, from the show
Yeah.
that you can remember. What was your favorite tip? Maybe it was
Favorite
something.
tip from the show, man. I really just resonated with the theme of just survival, talking to kids, letting them know that we understand your plight and we want to help. So just that I love. But my favorite tip that was applicable to me, because I stayed in public school. My parents made it a thing to be sure that I was in public school while we were filming.
Have a childhood, yeah.
That's why you're so
Regular
cool.
childhood. No, I try. But the tip that I loved was it was like a half locker spin thing, so you can open your locker a little bit quicker. I don't know how old you guys are, but back in the day we had lockers, and you would spin the dial, and you put in your combination.
Preset the two numbers.
You
I think
the
this
first two
entire crew is
Oh, you guys resonate
us.
with me? Okay, cool.
us people.
So you could, once you finish grabbing things out of your locker and heading to your next class, you put in the first two numbers in your combination, run off to class, and then when you get back to your locker, you just got to put that last one in so you can quickly
Yeah, but
pick up.
here's my question.
Uh-oh.
So if you're running to it and the first two have been preset and you're just getting it open, but then how do you have time to reset it at the end? Because wouldn't that just be like you're going in with the two numbers at the beginning?
That one is only if you know that you have one class
sorry.
you really got to get to.
I mean,
But that's
I'm
a
not
good
trying to
question.
tear
Good
it
question.
apart.
You just turn it. You turn it back. You
break
have to
down
do
your
it,
logic
open it,
real
then you
quick.
turn it back.
Turn it back.
Yeah, because
okay.
then you'll reset
got
it
it.
after that. Yeah. All right.
Favorite tip. Well, I will say, just the overall theme of the show is just reminding kids that, hey, this time in your life that you're going through may feel weird, may feel uncomfortable, but you're not alone and you're gonna get through it, and you're gonna get through it better with friends. So I'll just say that overall heart I resonate with. But then an actual tip was one my mother gave me, and here's where the conversation goes to poop, as it always does with me.
I feel like we could unpack that.
No, we don't need to. We do it on the pod enough. We do it on the pod enough.
We could.
No, so I didn't like pooping in public school. I went to public school as well during Ned's. I didn't like going to poop at school. It wasn't comfortable.
Oh, I know.
We gave this tip on the show, but it was a tip my mother had given me, which is just go tell the nurse you have a little stomach ache, and then you get a private toilet removed from everyone, the nurse's toilet. You just go, I don't feel good. And she's like, you need to use the toilet? And it's like, I do. I do.
It's like a beautiful golden
it's
toilet,
shining,
and
it's a throne, no one's gonna bother
fruity
me.
soaps and
So that was my favorite tip.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
one more.
here we
one
go.
more. One more.
This can be mine.
Sorry, no, one more. Was
that's cool.
I had a Thanksgiving. We had a bunch of people over for Thanksgiving. My sister's friend's sister came over. So the stranger.
Sister's friend's sister.
I know. She came over. She's a stranger. And at Thanksgiving, she goes, I just want to say thank you to Devon for the tip in Ned's about wearing your favorite underwear on Mondays, because I've lived by that tip every Monday for my life. And
That is actually really great.
Wow.
I think I might try that too. Monday, you got a case of the Mondays.
Mondays,
wear your favorite underwear.
undies.
Yeah.
I don't remember any tips specifically, but
okay, that's
I do
fine.
remember that I was using the boys' bathroom once, and that's something I've done a lot in my own life. So
Well, you did
Is
see
that a
mask
tip or a-
energy.
or a
Mask
cautionary
energy.
tip?
mask energy. I just
Hey, and then they have all the bathrooms.
It was both.
All right, we have 5 minutes. I want to try to get to everybody. So thank you for your question. Who's next?
Thanks for your question.
Next, yes.
Hello.
Hi.
So my question is, since nostalgia is kind of the topic and things are coming back in style, what are you looking forward to coming back in style?
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Coming back.
Forward to coming back in style. You're breaking my brain. I'm having to feel into my past.
Okay. My theory is that actually nostalgia never went out of style. Nostalgia is truly not a trend. This is just my opinion, and I think that nostalgia is, like I said, it's more than, it's not a trend. I don't know the word that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Shout it out if you know the word. It's more than it's a staple, but it's like
No.
I said it's a vibe. It like lives within us, but it's like it's a not a movement, but it's something, right? It's bigger than what we think it is. It's not a trend. It's not going anywhere. It's something that everyone actually ends up feeling at some point. It's that reconnection to a time in your life when you were my childhood. I mean, resoundingly, every single person I know from Disney, everyone that's at a Comic-Con that's done an animated show for Disney or Nickelodeon or for whatever, their fans come up to them and they say, "You are my
Childhood.
Okay, see, I
What
didn't
a
coach
feeling.
them on that one. It is the exact sentence structure. It is why, and that has nothing to do with Y2K. Y2K happened to be, I think, when an onslaught of children's programming was given production money, and they started to not just do toy commercials that were 30 minutes long and strictly animated on, a certain time of day on ABC or whatever for Saturday mornings. It was like Disney Channel was doing not just concerts for Christina Aguilera and all their Disney kids anymore. It then became programming, and Even Stevens was one of the first to do that in a way that was creative and single camera. And then things like Ned's came out of that, and then we see in the future all the stuff that became magical and huge and CGI and like super fun. So yeah, I think nostalgia is not a trend, and that's just my philosophy on it.
I love that. Yeah, I'm all about that.
But I mean, I butterfly clips are cute.
Love that. Waterbeds.
Oh, you want waterbeds to come
Bring
back?
me back a waterbed.
Yeah.
I love
Actually,
that.
that's
My parents
probably
had one of
awful
those.
for back issues, right?
They're kind of fun.
I don't know.
They're fun.
So fun. Yeah, you got.
I know you had a moment.
They're fun.
To come back in style. Dang, waterbed. That was a good one. Maybe
Wait,
like.
what did you say? What did you say?
Oh, he didn't say it.
Oh. Well, I was assuming we were going down the line.
That would make sense. That would make a
I
lot
wasn't
of
listening.
sense.
I don't have an answer.
Deb, you got something?
Who else has you guys have questions over here? No? One more question? Okay.
Oh, like lava lamps, and maybe I would bring back pooping without looking at my cell phone.
What is with the poop, you guys? What is with the poop?
I'm ready to be bored on the toilet again. Let's bring that. Let's bring that back.
It's this Nickelodeon kid thing.
Was that ever a
poops.
thing?
Let's bring back
That was never a
being
thing,
bored.
right? Whenever I lived in a house and I had to pee outside, I would literally go into the flower bed.
Yeah, actually, in
Is
general,
is that not something anybody else enjoys doing?
No,
is
wait,
peeing straight on the earth? Peeing. No, not
peeing,
pooping.
peeing. Yeah, no, I get that.
I love that.
I get that.
Oh.
No,
yeah,
I get
no. In
that.
general,
so,
if we
like,
could bring boredom back, I want boredom.
Boredom, yeah. Yeah, we used to have
look
to
at
use
you
our
with your
imagination for
vision. That was
things.
a really
Now
good
everything's
answer.
at our fingertips. It's so tough.
Last question. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name's Louis.
No pressure.
Hi, Louis.
No pressure.
Louis.
Enjoy.
No, I just want to say thank y'all. Give y'all flowers. Y'all have
Thank you.
re-energized our childhood and teenage years. Jennifer, David, Christy, Lindsey,
Louis?
Daniel, Devon. All
Thank you. Thank
You wanted to say
Thank y'all.
Ned, didn't you?
Thank you, brother.
I saw
Thank
it.
you.
Just a second. No, but seriously, like, Teenage Sundays, man. I remember Zoe 101.
The
Ned-
lineups.
Don't say Zoe 101.
Fabulous. Yeah.
Y'all, man.
They got a reboot.
Yeah.
We didn't.
No.
Go ahead.
And it's called Zoe 102, you said,
It's
right?
Zoe 102
Doesn't
now.
make
Yeah, they
sense.
switched
A
it.
little strange.
Y'all got robbed. But
No. The podcast is everything.
Yeah, true. But
Thank you.
no, y'all obviously have great chemistry and y'all spend a lot of time together. So, and I hope y'all keep fighting the good fight for the reboot and the reimagining of Ned's Declassified. But I wanted to know, since y'all have this great chemistry, have y'all decided to maybe do IP outside of the Ned's Declass universe? if you have the time, because I know y'all.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm really curious.
Yeah, so just we're feeling the chemistry too. The podcast is kind of it right now, right? Like we're like launching it, but I think we can all feel there's like the little just brewings of just creative energy. We don't have any concept yet, but I think all of us feel a desire that's starting to grow of like, well, what? Yeah. What I'm starting to think about it. Like, what could we make together?
But they're like, anything's possible. No, but really, when I'm with them, I have such an elevated like motivation and like a higher vibe for wanting to accomplish things, and like the ideas start going. Yeah. So like just being around the higher vibe, like frequently. Yeah. It's really nice. So I think something's
gonna come through it.
Yeah, something's a brewing.
It's starting to brew.
That's
it's starting to brew.
Dude, you go back to the bathroom.
Something's a brewing.
Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And where can we find you guys? What day is it live?
Wednesdays. Every Wednesday. Cada miércoles.
Wednesdays.
We have a Patreon,
of
absurd behind the scenes
ridiculous bonus content that we should not be putting out.
No, we really shouldn't. But we have no filter and live streams. I have Growing Up with Devon every Tuesday. That's my own pod. We're on all the socials.
Yeah. Yes.
Instagram,
if you find
TikTok,
one of us,
Cameo.
you found all of us. So
it's true.
Yeah. So please support them because we love you guys and we want to engage with you guys and they love you guys.
And
so
if
much.
you want to laugh and cry and need to go to the bathroom, watch our podcast.
All right. Thank you
we
guys
love
so
you,
much.
Austin.
Thank you.
Yeah.